Hi, welcome back, my beautiful people, to This Week in Review. Today's question is a very good question, but in this video, I'm only going to give you an overview of the question, and I'll get into it in a second. But the reason I'm only going to give you an overview because it's a topic that's going to require a lot more in-depth conversation about it. So I'm going to do a separate video on this topic. Again, today it's going to be only an overview, but if you want to learn more about this topic that I'm going to go into, then definitely subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss when this video comes out. But let's get right into what the question is. And the question is, Fernando, with the ever-changing real estate market, do you feel it is still viable to invest not only in real estate, but specifically in short-term rentals? And what are the primary challenges? Okay, phenomenal question. Again, in this video right now, I'm just going to give you an overview. So let's get into the overview. And the first thing you need to consider is, and here's some of the pros and cons, right? You have to consider the capital requirement, right? When investing in any vehicle, you're going to have to put money into that. So in the real estate world, specifically in the short-term rental world, there's going to be that initial investment can be high for some people. That depends on how you're going to invest. I'm going to get into all the options because I have invested with zero money, and I'll explain how that's done. But keep in mind that there's going to be an initial capital requirement. Number two is that you need to understand the market, the volatility of the market. And I'm referring to some of the economic downturns and then local market fluctuations. But understand that with any investment, and here's the key principle here, people, with any investment, you have to look at it as a long-term investment. If you're looking to make a quick buck, real estate's not for you, right? If you're looking to get rich very quickly, don't get into real estate. Whether it's flipping, whether it's investing in projects, doesn't matter. It's not going to come quick. And anybody tells you that it's going to come quick, shy away, because that's a big red flag for me. But understand that there's going to be some market fluctuations. So if you're a flipper, understand that you can have some over construction costs. Understand that selling that property to get your money back may take longer than expected. If you're a short-term rental operator, understand that there's going to be some market fluctuations in terms of regulations can come about, but there's a lot of market volatility as it relates to investing in real estate. Next is going to be the management side, right? You're either going to self-manage or you're going to hire a management company, but understand that that is going to be one of the challenges. I preach this all the time. If you're an investor, be an investor. If you're a property manager, then be a property manager, right? You shouldn't be investing in a property and expect to be managing it yourself, because that doesn't make you an investor, right? So that's one thing. The next is going to be, I kind of touched on it, that legal regulatory compliance component. And this can fall into play into a lot of different areas. So for example, the regulatory in terms of rehabs, right? Permitting. If you want to do a development project, what does that zoning requires? In the short-term rental side, what kind of licensing do you need? Can you do a short-term rental in that particular area? Those are things to keep in mind. Next is going to be liquidity, right? When you buy a real estate asset, it's not a liquid asset. So depending on what type of investment you're going into. So for example, flippers, if you're going to flip a property, understand that it may take a little bit to sell that property. I am, again, and I'm going to go into this, but I'm one of those people that I don't flip. I don't buy properties to sell them. At least not in the short term. For me, everything's long term, 10 years or more before I will sell a property. Next, within that liquidity component, remember there's going to be a transaction cost. So selling it is going to cost you money. The closing cost, the capital gains taxes on it, All that will eat into your profit if you don't take into account. Next is going to be the maintenance and unexpected cost of investing in real estate, right? When you buy an asset, real estate asset, that asset's going to require some maintenance. It's going to require repairs. It's going to require things like property taxes, insurance. Um, I'm going to really dig deep into insurance in the video I'm going to do, because I'm a person that in today's market, especially if you're in some specific areas like South Florida, you should be self-insured. You should not be insuring your property. But I'll touch into that later on. If you're investing in real estate and you're looking into the long-term market, then you need to, even short-term to a certain extent, there's going to be a risk related to tenants. And you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of occupancy. You need to be aware of property damages. Next is going to be, and it's kind of related to what I talked about in terms of volatility, is you need to understand the importance of interest rates. If you're using other people's money, especially if you're going to a financial institution, you have to understand that interest rates play a big role in whether or not you're going to be profitable. I'm going to go into that. Taxation, we're going to talk about that. So those are some of the components that you need to be aware of when considering investing in real estate. Now, real quick, if you follow the channel, you know I'm a real estate investor. I'm currently investing, and I regardless of what the interest rates are, for me, that is secondary. If interest rates are really well, then I'm going to invest a lot more. If interest rates are high like they are today, all that means is that I'm not going to be buying a lot of properties because I need more capital. But it means, more importantly, it means I'm not going to use traditional financial institutes. I'm going to look outside of that and more into private money. For example, right now, we're looking at a phenomenal property in Cartagena, Colombia. It is a beautiful property. I'm going to open up that property to investors, but if no one bites or no one wants to team up with me, I'm personally going to buy the property because it is a phenomenal deal. So it doesn't matter what the market, how the market currently is. I'm a long-term investor, hence why I still buy real estate, even in today's market, even with today's interest rates, because there's still opportunity out there. Anyway, that's going to be it for that. Let me go into today's numbers for our business. So today, for this last week, we made $37,270. We had 252 nights booked. If you look on average, we're in about the 250 nights booked per week. So that's pretty good. Now, for this week, our occupancy rate, it's at 70.78. It's a little lower than I really want it to be. Our average daily rate is at 148. Our RevPAR is at 105. And our income from other sources for this week is at $9,778. You know what? I didn't share the screen. So let me share the screen for you so you can see these numbers. And I apologize because this is a new way for me to do these videos. So let me go here. Let me share it so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So those are the numbers. These are analytics. If you look for this week, how they're going, boom, 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 boom. Actually, this was in July, but we are, what week is this? Yeah, August. So this is the last week of August. So here we go with Airbnb came in with the bulk of the money at 22,000, over 22,000, almost 23,000. We're at 4.4 thousand. Booking is at 4.4. Verbal, it's at 3 or close to 3, and all others is at 2.7. RevPAR by property, we're looking at Fort Lauderdale 257, Seahorse at 316, Big House at 210, Deerfield Shores at 203, and all others at 101. In terms of staffing, I am still looking to hire. Let me stop sharing this. Let me go back. In terms of staffing, I am still looking for a maintenance person. So if you know anybody, have them send me a DM. Projects that are coming up, as I stated, most of my projects right now are all going to be related to optimization. We've been doing a lot of traveling. I just got back from Aruba, got back from Bogota. In this month of December, we're going to be going to Alaska, and then all of October I'm going to be in Europe. So if you are in Europe and you want to hire us to optimize your particular property, then DM me, because this is going to be the opportunity to do so. Since I will be there, it'll save you some cost on our fees. But that's going to conclude this video. Hope it was useful. If it was, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Follow me on Instagram. Oh, and also follow me on my new podcast. My new podcast is now on Apple Play. So you can also find it on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. But very excited about my new podcast. Anyway, love you guys. I will see you on the next